Greetings, friends, and welcome to Begin by Praying. Now, last week, we took a look at how our personalities tend to line up with one of the four categories of tastes that our tongues recognize: sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. And we all know people whose personalities tend to run along those lines. It's an interesting comparison because it shows how powerful our words or our mouths are in determining our futures. The Bible says that life and death are in the power of the tongue. And it also says we're going to have what we speak. So with that in mind, I want to ask you a couple of questions. Which of these four categories would your loved ones say best describes your personality? When your days on earth are finished, which of these do you want to be remembered by? Let's go back to the taste buds for a minute. And which of these four tastes would you say is the dominant taste? It would have to be sweetness. Sweetness rises above all the others. Sweet and sour, sweet and salty, bittersweet. Adding a little bit of sweetness makes the other tastes palatable. But here's where the analogy breaks down, because the same is not true in our lives. We all know that a little bit of sweetness can go a long way, but it's not enough to go the distance. If the pattern of your life is bitterness or sourness, then adding in a little bit of sweetness along the way isn't going to be enough to alter your legacy. Think about this. People are going to say all kinds of nice things about you at your funeral, in the presence of your loved ones. But I've been to enough funerals to know that when that casket is lowered into the ground, people are going to walk away saying, all she ever did was complain. Nothing was ever good enough for her. Or every other word out of his mouth was the F-bomb or a filthy joke. Or all he ever talked about was getting even with the people who hurt him. How we treat people today and tomorrow and the rest of our lives really does matter. It's how we're going to be remembered. And the Bible says that life and death are in the power of the tongue. So I want to encourage you here today to work on your sweetness and develop a pattern of kindness in your life. Nobody wants to be remembered as a sourpuss. But the reality is, if the pattern of your life is one of bitterness, you're not going to be remembered as a bitter person. You're going to be forgotten as a bitter person. I want you to think about that. When you change how you treat people, you change your legacy. Well, thank you for joining me here today. I'll see you right back here next week with another new video. Until then, keep your eyes on Jesus and not on your troubles. Thank you.